Morning, welcome morning meeting. So here's what's on my mind this morning. Story time. Our son is back from school, so we're super excited, and he and I spent pretty much the day hanging out yesterday. We had some errands to run, usual stuff because it's the holidays, right? And so I brought him up to speed on conversations I was having with his sister, his younger sister, and relayed the fact that I had posted this video about a fourth grade student, and the fact that that student is concerned about people not having papers and not being able to come back to the United States. Okay. And my son, same reaction as his sister. That's just wrong. That's so sad. That's just wrong. Yep. Yes, it is. So we didn't spend our entire time talking about immigration and the bullshit around that pretty much only applies to anyone with brown skin or darker than brown skin, right? And I say this because in my years of traveling, I encountered on a few occasions people who overstayed their visas and they were white, not brown. So I'm just curious, if when we have these immigration conversations as a nation, are we talking about all of the illegal people or just the people that are brown? I feel like it's just the people that are brown and a little bit darker than brown. But that's just me. Maybe I'm all alone in that thought, but that's kind of what I'm thinking, right? So he and I are having various conversations, and I said they're not all about immigration. And it went to talking about his friends and how they have a Discord group, and occasionally he likes to just drop videos in there that he hopes helps to expand their view, because they all voted for the other guy. And I guarantee you they didn't read Project 2025. They didn't read the 2-page or so document that's specific to Nebraska with regard to Project 2025. They didn't read it. And he and I were chatting about that. And he wasn't aware of it. So now he's aware of it and he can check it out too. I warned him, like, that Project 2025, I can only read it in small portions because it pisses me off so much that I can't take it all in at once because I just get angry. But the Nebraska one, it was quick, and I got through it, and I was like, okay, I'm pissed, but at least it was short, and I wasn't totally, I don't know. I don't have a word for it. Anyway, point is now he's aware of it, and he can also share that with his buddies. And these guys have all been friends for a very long time, and I may have mentioned that in another video. They are best friends and have been since like kindergarten, right? For some of them, and second grade for another. I mean, they're buddies, but they have their reasons for why they voted that way. However, they are not completely informed in their voting choices, and he knows that. So we are actually having conversations around contraception and what Project 2025 has to say about contraception and access to contraception. And I said, you might want to, just bring it up to him, just toss it out there as something they might be interested in knowing, just saying. And so he noted that and everything. Now, I will say that our children have been raised to be critical thinkers. And I'll give you an example. So it's story time. Back in 2016, when the election was between Clinton and, the other guy, my son was in, I think, 6th grade, and they were going to do a mock election. And I'm like, okay, what does that involve? It didn't really amount to a whole lot. And I thought, that's a really missed fucking opportunity right there. And we're not going to miss it. So what we did with our son, we said, okay, that's cool. You're going to do a mock election. You're surrounded by students whose families all vote Republican, or the majority do. And we're not going to let you just, I'm going to vote. No, you're going to be an informed voter. And what that means is you're going to research both candidates. That's what you're going to do. And we'll help you figure out reliable sources for that information. You're going to research the candidates. You're going to write a paper that outlines your choices and why you made those choices between one or the other. And then you will present said paper to us so that we can hear your thought process. That's what we're going to do. I'll tell you what, he wasn't too thrilled about this. I mean, 6th grade, he's like, I got enough work to do, right? But did he do it? Yes, you bet your ass he did it. And his little sister was watching the whole time, seeing this process, right? And he did do it. And he was the only student who went into that classroom as an informed voter. He was the only one. And I knew it. He was the only one. But he had his reasons why he was going to vote one way or the other. And he did not pick the guy at that moment. Just like he didn't pick the guy this time. And he had his reasons for not picking the guy this time. So, you want to raise informed voters? I mean, truly informed, right? Make them do shit like that when they're young. That'll leave a mark. He still remembers it. You know, we went to the dentist after that, or around the time that we were having him do this, and the dentist was just floored. It was a pediatric dentist who had immigrated to the United States. Can't remember where he's from. He's Spanish speaking, but I can't remember where he's from. I don't think it was Mexico. Anyway, he was floored that we actually did this with our son. And I said, no, we want to raise a critical thinker. He doesn't have to think like we do. He doesn't. He has to think critically, and we will push back if he's not. Just like he will push back on us if he doesn't agree. And that's what we want. We want our kids to be informed and critical thinkers. That's it. That's how you get people who vote and pay attention, is that they're already being raised to do that sort of thing. They don't believe everything on the left. They don't believe everything on the right. They try and find reliable sources. They bring it together, and then they make their choices. They make their decisions. In the case of our children, they're making those choices and decisions based on that, and based on what would be in the best interest from their view of everyone here. Not just from their perspective. Not just, does it only help me? Does it only help my family? That's not the way that they're raised. It's not the way they've been raised or being raised at all. So, say that to say, do your due diligence. If a 6th grade student can do that research and come to those choices and decisions, I kind of feel like the adults in the room should do at least that amount of research before they actually go and vote. Just my 2 cents. See you later.